Hi, I'm Sean Lynch, and this is my persuasive speech. I will be discussing whether or not D1 athletes in the sports of basketball and football should be able to receive some money from the NCAA or be allowed to profit off their name through endorsements and such while they're in college. This has been heavily debated topic in college sports over the past recent years. Each year, they're top recruits, and it's heavily discussed whether or not they should be able to jump straight to the league or make money in college while they're trying to achieve the goal of the higher level and being in the NFL, the NBA. So now I'm going to be talking about the rules that it takes to be in the NBA. For basketball, it says that you must attend college for 1 year or do something in between. And must wait one full season since your high school graduation. These rules make it so that the youngest possible age to be in the NBA is 19 years old. Many players start doing the one and done rule after players came straight out of high school. They changed it, so one and done means they attend college for 1 year. So the top recruits usually go to powerhouse schools such as like Kentucky, Duke, and stuff, where they stay for 1 year and then they jump straight to the league. Usually top picks. College basketball and March Madness are relatively big, and they make millions of dollars from their name, and the players do not get a penny of it. All these games are nationally televised, and everyone participates in March Madness. Probably one of the biggest sporting events in the world, honestly. The dream is to make it to the NBA, where you make lots of money and make your family financially secure. So when players are trying to get to college, get into the NBA, I mean, they're playing and stuff. They have a high risk of injury, and that means, and they get injured one time, and it could be something serious like a knee injury, something like that. People are never the same after some certain types of injuries, and that can just ruin your chances of being in the NBA. But the NCAA is making money off your name, but you can't make anything off of your own name and do it for your family to try and be financially secure, because they're profiting off you. Why can't you profit off yourself? The NBA in recent years, the G League has started to come up with ways to stop the one and done rule altogether, really, and just stop college basketball, which has brought up the discussion again whether or not players should get paid. The G League started offering top recruits, instead of going to college for a year, they give them $500,000, which is like more than any college athlete is gonna make, because they can't make any money. So why would they not choose that option rather than going to the college and risking getting injured and such? If you're a top recruit, why would you not do this? You make money instantly, and you're just prepping. They're training you for NBA. You're getting NBA ready training and stuff like that, and you're getting prepped for basically a year. So why not? College football is a little similar, but it's set the player must be out of high school 3 years, and since there's no overseas option or a G League option for football, college is the only way a player can play and improve and increase their draft stock and preparing for the NFL draft. Football is a very dangerous sport, as everyone knows. Head injuries, a lot of knee injuries, just random stuff, and that can definitely happen throughout a player's 3-year career, and you never know. All it takes is one play, torn ACL, like bad head injury. Freak stuff happens every time in sports. You never know when it could happen to you. So they're playing at the highest level in college football, but yet they can't make any money off their name while they're playing. They're staying for 3 years, and they're not allowed to make any money off their name. That's just terrible. College football is like huge throughout America. You have the top programs like Alabama, LSU, and stuff like that, where they make all of their profit comes from college football, but yet they won't pay any of their players that, which is kind of marveling to me. They kind of spend it on facilities and stuff. They're trying to make it look like they're not paying them, but they should, as they should. That doesn't really make up for it, honestly. Yes, they're getting scholarship money, but the main goal is to make it to the league for most of these players, and I think they don't really interested in school, so the scholarship doesn't really apply to many. It might apply to some that are not as a highly ranked or scouted players, but it's still, yeah. There's obviously something that can be challenging to implement, along with some cons. It would change the college football sphere and basketball sphere forever, but I think the cons that must be looked past in order to get these student athletes the proper treatment they deserve. People might say the top programs would get the top recruits because they have the most money, but players are already 100% receiving money. Like these top players in some sports are definitely receiving money under the table, and that news reports show that it happened with DeAndre Ayton, the legend, with Zion Williamson, who was the former #1 NBA pick from this past year. It definitely happens with so many players. So like, why just cut? You can just cut out the under the table stuff and stop acting like it doesn't exist, and just do what's fair and give the players the money that they deserve. It's very nuanced problem to solve between the NCAA and its players. There are obvious pros and cons for both sides, and if a change were to happen, because it's been recent debate that the NCAA is trying to allow players to make money now because the G League is rivaling, starting to take players from college basketball and starting to do that. The NCAA would change forever, in my opinion. I feel like it's definitely for the better if they do make these changes and start paying their athletes. Thank you.